If you can, just if you have minutes. So, getting leaner. I can tell you right now, pushing myself to get leaner has definitely proven to be a bit more challenging than I thought it was going to be. But it is working. It is working. Yum yum. Salt, butter, egg. Hey, what's up? So we have salt, butter, egg, no caffeine, no coffee. Basically a very restricted regimen, but I can tell you, Skittles. Hey, how are you, Skittles? How are you doing? How are you, Skittles? Just got done cooking a little bit. Hey, good. Hi, Alan. How are you? Hope you're doing well. We just got done cooking our meal, and I'm super excited. Hi, bread team. I'm super excited. I've lost 100 pounds now, and I think I've learned a couple things about how my body is affected by this eating regimen, which has been really awesome. Yes, I'm doing well. Hi, bread team. What am I making? I am making something yummy. I have made, give me 1 second while I get my light and everything. I made a dish that's helped me lose weight, and I'm doing an experiment here. Let me get my light over there, because the market's gonna open here in a little bit. There we go. Okie dokie. So, what am I making? Great question. I cooked me eggs, sausage, a bunch of butter, and that's pretty much all I've eaten, and water, a little bit of water. I am pulling back from caffeine from coffee. I don't think necessarily that coffee is bad for you for some people. but I think that, what do I do? Lots of stuff. I do lots of stuff. I trade stocks. I'm a personal trainer. I'm a motivational speaker, an inspirational speaker, however you want to say it. Certified trainer, trade stocks, entrepreneur, stuff like that. I buy and sell things. Lots of stuff. Let me get my light on over here. There we go. That's much better. Much better. I had to hook up my light real quick. There we go. Are you a man of faith? I don't know what that question means. If you're asking if I'm a Christian, then the answer is no. I don't really conform to any specific religion. I was raised in the church, and yeah, you'll see stuff about the Bible and stuff around the house, and that's cool, but I'm not very religious at all. I personally think all religion was made by man, personally. That's my opinion. But yeah, so we have lost weight. So here we are right here. Not the best lighting. I want to see how the lighting looks. So losing 100 pounds, you can see I have no pump. If I was in the gym and I had a pump, I actually look pretty good right now. But I've lost about 100 pounds eating this way. And my goal is to continue to try to push myself so I can continue to get leaner as a personal goal. So you can see right through here. And I am about to break a fast. I haven't eaten in a while. Yeah, Jacob, you saw me when I first started, right? So Jacob saw me when I first started trying to get lean, and I said I would get lean. But yeah, again, that's a lot of work, guys. A lot of the diet, and my whole goal is to try to get down below 10% body fat, right? And I'm doing it with a specific diet approach, right? Your daughter is out of diapers? Okay. So, breakfast for me, if I'm hungry, is a bunch of butter, a bunch of eggs and sausage, no coffee, no tea. I've given up coffee, I've given up tea, no caffeine, and I've been reading articles by Dr. Anthony Chaffee, and I'm thoroughly convinced that all the plants that we eat may not be that good for us. I am convinced of that. I don't know if it's true or not, but I haven't been eating, stopping eating pretty much anything unless it's fat or meat or butter. It's kind of a ketogenic approach to where my fats are really high, my protein is moderate, and zero sugar. I'm not flexing. I was showing my progress of how I've lost 100 pounds, right? And I'm not a bodybuilder. And also, when I'm in the gym, I have people come up to me all the time and have asked me how I made and how I have such a muscular physique. You see, the difference is my muscles are filled up with a bunch of glycogen and sugar and a bunch of poofiness. I do a lot of calisthenics, and I can tell you that I get paid for my physique, put it that way. So don't be upset if you can't get lean. I have no desire to be a big, poofy, strong power lifter or anything like that. I power lifted years ago. I was 300 pounds at one point, but getting lean and getting shredded like I'm trying to do without drugs is a whole nother type of soup. You know, it's a whole nother type of challenge. It's all discipline, it's all diet, no sugar, no carbs, none of that. Nothing but fats and proteins, cardios, a lot of weightlifting, a lot of sprints, things like that. Very good. No, I don't think plant fats are that important. I don't think so. It could be, but my own experiment is to go completely ketogenic where it's nothing but fats with a moderate protein. I have no desire to be a bodybuilder. I think bodybuilding is very unhealthy. Just putting on a bunch of size just to put on size and stand up in a pair of underwear on top of a stage and rub yourself down with oil is kind of weird to me. Actually, mentally, I have never felt stronger mentally. I trade stocks, I compose music. Mentally, I have clarity. Now, the interesting thing is I used to eat a lot of carbohydrates. And back when I was in my prime, when I was actually bodybuilding, because I used to like train just to get big, I used to eat a lot of glucose and a lot of sugar. And I noticed I would get swole. And yeah, I would perform well, but I did not ever feel good. Now with me, I got bit by a tick, right? This guy thinks he's a motivational coach. Well, you're here listening to me and hating on me. So I always know that I'm doing something right when my haters come in and they continue to come back. Because it's pretty simple. Most of the times the things that I say is backed by research, and I've had enough experience in this life to realize that when people are hating on you, you're usually doing something right that makes them feel insecure, because typically a hater displaces their own internal inadequacies. And I'll give you an example. An athlete will never say anything negative to someone who trains. A musician will never say anything negative to someone who starts music. It's always someone who's going nowhere in their life that is negative. So, because I understand that, I love it when the haters come in. Right? Rocky Spotted Mountain Fever, right? Yeah, so I got bit by a tick when I was younger, and I have Rocky Spotted Mountain Fever in my body. So I've been studying nutrition since I was 17. And I've been paleo, I've been vegan, I've been vegetarian. I have done high carbohydrates diets. I also did a lot of races. I was an endurance athlete. I've done a 23-hour run. I've done a 100-mile bike race. I served in the Navy for 10 years. Just some stuff about my background. I used to have a 700-pound deadlift before I herniated my discs. I have 4 herniated discs and I'm almost 40 years old, and all that heavy lifting destroyed my body. So long story short, this last year I've been adapting to ketogenic based principles, and I've been playing with it with plants and fats and polys and nuts and seeds and coffees and doing a lot of stuff. You're very welcome. Right. That's funny, Grasshopper. Nice. So, hey, Shawnee, welcome back. So for me, I'm doing an experiment now because I read an article by Anthony Chaffee. And the article basically, the concept of the article is very simple. The concept is, are we required to have carbohydrates? And Dr. Anthony Chaffee is a medical doctor that studied neurochemistry, and he's kind of convinced me that the carnivore style diet is something that I'm going to try, because high fats, no, I'm not talking about protein, I'm talking about fats up here, then protein with no sugar. I've found that my cognitive ability is improving, even though I have that Rocky Spotted Mountain autoimmune thing now, when I got bit by that tick. Oh, thanks for the thanks. How do I know? Because when I got bit by the tick, when I was younger, I was in the hospital and they took my blood work and said that I was infected. And then when I was in the Navy, I was in Afghanistan. And while I was in Afghanistan, I had gotten some malaria or something, I don't know if it was malaria, but it was something in the water that really hurt my system and got inside of me. And long story short, they rediscovered I had that and said, oh, that's not good. So, the thing is, if I eat a lot of sugar, I get inflamed. I sometimes will wake up and my body will be in so much pain that I can't move. And I could never figure out why that was. So I eliminated sugar, and now I eliminated honey, I eliminated fruit, then I'm starting to eliminate coffee, because I like coffee, but what I've noticed is coffee comes from a plant. And I'm not sure if this is true. Now, I've been studying nutrition since I was 17, but I am almost convinced that just maybe the body and the brain runs better on ketones than it does glucose. But glucose is really yummy and it can increase performance, but I don't think it's clean energy. I think it's overused. You are beautiful. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. So like I said, breakfast, for example, what would I cook for breakfast? I would take a half a stick of butter, sausage, which is a fatty meat, take the butter, pour it over, and then have 3 eggs. No cheese, no tea, no soda. It's just water, salt, high fatty meat. That's all I'm eating. And by doing that, I don't meal prep. I eat when I'm hungry. If I'm not hungry, I don't eat. It makes my thing too much better, bro. And again, I'm not saying for everyone to do this, but I have gotten down to where, like with my physique, I'm 6'4". I'm 6'4", 215 pounds, and I'm starting to, when I'm in a gym and I am doing my push-ups and my pull-ups, I start to have veins and I'm starting to get lean, and I do hundreds of pull-ups for my workout. I'll do 10 pull-ups, 10 dips, 10 pull-ups, 10 dips, and I'll do that for an hour, right? And what I'm noticing is my body is adapting to running off fat, and I am no longer inflamed because I'm reducing the sugar. So this is an experiment, and it was profound because of Dr. Anthony Chaffee, who's a medical doctor. And again, I haven't eaten since yesterday. So I'm not full of glycogen, and I feel really good. My mental clarity is good. So I'm actually convinced that this may be a good diet for me. Now, I do have ADHD as well, so sugar kind of makes me feel weird, but I'm not trying to be big and fat and poofy, right? That's not really my goal. I want to be lean and aesthetic. So, I'm saying, that's not bad for almost 40 years old, where I've lost 100 pounds, man. I'm not a bodybuilder. I don't meal prep. I hardly even lift weights. I've been doing calisthenics, push-ups, pull-ups, dips, and I do sprints. I'm a big believer in sprinting. So I'm trying to ease into my 40s and 50s like that. So, bro, are you working out? Yeah, so I've been doing a lot of calisthenics. So I've been doing a lot of push-ups, a lot of pull-ups, and a lot of sprints. and my body seems to be getting lean and athletic. Like I'll hang on a pull-up bar, I do upside down pull-ups, I'm working on handstands, so more like an athletic physique. I'm not trying to look like a big bodybuilder. I don't like that look. I think it's weird. Like when I was younger, I wanted to be big, but as I get older, I want to have control of my body, and that's kind of, my philosophy moving forward. To be honest, I think that, here's the thing. If you eat carbohydrates, put them around your workout if you're gonna eat them. But don't be so quick to get your body to not eat carbohydrates and just run off fat. If you can get your body adapted to run off fat, you'll have sustained energy with no spike. So potatoes are kind of like pure sugar. Now, me, because I'm so active, I'm a very active person, you can see on my channel. You have to get your body used to running off fat. You can't just get your body to stop running off sugar when it's been used to running off sugar for a long time. So what you need to do is get your body to not run off glucose. And by doing so, you're probably going to find that you're probably going to have withdrawals. But there's an article I read saying plants are trying to kill us. Plants don't want to be eaten. Plants master chemical warfare. So when you eat a plant, they have phytonutrients. Like even most herbivores, they can only eat 1 or 2 plants. Most plants, if you go outside and eat, will hurt you. So then I started thinking after I was reading Anthony Chaffee's book, who's an MD, top of his class, I started thinking, well, that makes a lot of sense. So what if I didn't drink tea, didn't drink coffee, all I did was drink water and salt and eat fatty meat? How would I feel? And thus I have concluded I feel pretty darn good on it. Pretty darn good. So this is breakfast right here. All right? That's breakfast. I'm gonna have a little snack. We're over here while they're putting the Wi-Fi box in, which is good. Let's see here. Really, really good. Well, thank you for the compliment. So they're putting the Wi-Fi box in, which is good. Nobody wants to be eaten. Yeah, nobody wants to be eaten. Exactly. So when you think about it, when you really, really think about it, plants don't want to be eaten. So I'm kind of convinced at this point, at least with the science, that it may be possible. It may be possible. There we go. I was trying to get some good lighting to show the detail, but what I need to do is probably get a little snack and eat. And maybe I'll go to the gym later and we'll knock that out. All right. All right, let's stay focused. Chris. Calm, cool, and collective for the win. Well, bam. There we go. Much better. The market is about to open, and I'm supposed to be trading stocks. So I'm even to the point now where the family will drink a bunch of coffee and stuff and teas, but I'm not really doing it. Yes, some plants require that. That is true. But that's from other animals that have different enzymes. Those are from animals that have different enzymes than the human. They have different chemicals in their stomachs. Like all of this That's for the family. That's not mine. I'm not drinking coffee. I'm not drinking tea. I'm not using seasonings with plants. I'm taking all plants out of my diet and I feel amazing, dude. It's hard to explain, man. I'm basically eating butter, egg, and fatty meat and I feel amazing. Let's see. The only thing about carnivore diet is it's really boring. I disagree. I'm never bored to eat butter and steak and eggs. I'm always excited to eat because I love it. Because every time I eat it, it makes me feel happy and I don't get inflamed. So I don't think the carnivore diet is I don't think it's boring at all. I think it's simple and amazing because I just put a bunch of steak in the refrigerator and just eat a bunch of buttered up ribeye and salt. And that's it. No coffee, no tea, no honey. That's all for the family. I don't touch it. Not right now. And as I go further, I feel better every day. And I do a lot of physical training, guys. Well, I don't really care what I feel. I care about the results. I care about what the medical research shows. And for me, I can't speak for everybody, but I think sugar is a drug, and I think carbohydrates are a drug, and I don't think they're needed. There's no essential carbohydrate that you need to survive. You don't need carbohydrates to survive. You need fat and you need meat. Like, yeah, you can get a big pump and you can get large eating carbohydrates, but those are fillers and grains, and glucose has an effect on the mitochondria of the cell. So if you want to have a better cognitive output, you need to make sure your mitochondria are healthy. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe you have to have vitamin C like that. I think if you get sunlight and you eat butter and meat, you'll feel fine. As long as you can go outside, get some sunlight, right? Reduce sugar. I think your body, I think what people fail to realize, I know there's water soluble vitamins and fat soluble vitamins, but people forget your body can make everything that it needs. No, Wilson, I agree with you I agree with you on that. By the way, Brock, shout out to my moderator. What I have concluded is this. All the research shows, well, the research that I've read, I have not read a single person who ate a ketogenic, high-fat protein with the elimination of all plants with only water and salt get scurvy. Well, sure. I appreciate your opinion, but I don't think your opinion is going to trump my opinion based on Anthony Chaffee, Dr. Anthony Chaffee. I don't think you're going to convince me of that unless you give me solid evidence that the human body can't produce its own vitamins and minerals. You think the body can't produce what it needs if it has the right foundation? most of the people that I know could be, I'm fairly convinced a body can produce everything it needs, and I think we should eliminate more foods. Now look, if you're somebody who wants to eat fruit and do all that, that's fine, do that. I'm not saying to do what I do. I'm just telling you my experience has been profound, and from a cognitive standpoint, I feel like my brain's firing better. I do a lot of difficult things a lot of people, my peers, seem not to be able to do. So now, I'm not eating all my protein. I'm eating more fats first, then protein, and then I'm eliminating all fruits and all vegetables. And that includes sauces, like sauces that have garlic and stuff. No, right? Only salt, only water, no energy drinks, right? Nothing. Pure carnivore. I feel good on it. I'm also getting leaner and my strength is going up. I'm 6'4", 220 pounds, and I can do weighted pull-ups. So I can take 100 pounds strapped to my waist and do a pull-up. So what I'm saying is, like, I'm pretty strong. I'm getting leaner, and I only eat when I'm hungry. It's pretty. I know there's a difference between men and women in their metabolisms, and that could be true. That could be true. See, Ryan Ford said that you said see here. So, Ryan, well, sure, I think we can all agree junk food is definitely a problem. 100% the junk food, 100%. Right, Ryan, see, that was my whole thing when I started doing the carnivore. I wanted to reduce inflammation. So, what I found is if I took away coffee, I took away tea, I took away honey, I took away fruit, my inflammation went down. As soon as I put in honey, inflammation went up. As soon as I put in coffee, inflammation went up. As soon as I put in tea, inflammation went up. And I was like, what is going on here? Like, why in the world do all these foods cause me inflammation? And I couldn't figure it out. Now, I don't know if it's the food, if it's the genetically modifications of the food, if it's the sugar. I don't know if it's the polysaccharides or the monosaccharides. I don't know what it is. But when I slipped into carnivore and all I'm eating is high fat, right? Butter, eggs, ribeye, water and salt. I feel good every time I eat. I have lots of energy and I have abs and I can do a lot of calisthenics. So it's like, I'm profound by the experiment, and yeah, I've never found it easier to stay lean and shredded. I'm not shredded, but I'm getting pretty lean. Like, I go into the gym and I start doing some push-ups and pull-ups, and I wear a tank top. People come up to me that knew me a year ago and said, what are you doing? People say, are you on steroids? I'm like, guys, I'm only 220 pounds. I'm just lean. When you're leaner and you get a pump, you'll look better, right? And yeah, so I think I'm on board with the carnivorous lifestyle, but again, it's not too much protein. The fat is more than the protein. Probably 60% of my diet right now is fat and 30% protein. And then maybe 10% or 5% is other stuff. I mean, I don't think there's any sugar in my diet right now. No artificial sweeteners, water, salt, eggs, butter, maybe a piece of fish, and that's it. Pork belly. Yeah, I don't think you have to eat, I'm not gonna eat organ meat because I don't like the way it tastes. Although maybe if I maybe I'll try a piece of organ meat. I don't think it's required. I think you get everything from eggs, butter, and meat. Like, I don't really think you need anything else besides that. I'm not convinced. I'm just not. Like, I know what the research says. But guys, how often has the research in these studies proven to be wrong or have biased studies? You know what I mean? I eat once a day, mostly protein. I'm not allowed to. Yeah, see, milk and lactose-free milk, that's great. For me, I'm not doing any of the plant-based milks like almond milks, oat milks. The chemicals that are inside of those, the xanthan gum and the binders and the citric acid, all that stuff wreaks havoc on your system. So I'm playing the cards like this: pure butter, eggs, water, salt. Oh, yeah, so pork belly would be great. Pork belly would be great. Well, here's the thing. I'm not here to tell you to do what I do. I'm not. I'm not a socialist or a fascist. But I will tell you this. I feel better eating fatty meat and just like butter and steak, nothing else. Just do that do it for 30 days. Nothing but butter and steak and eat nothing else. Yeah, I'm almost 40. Yes, sir. Nope. No, I don't. No, I take salt. I just put salt. I take pink salt. Pink salt. I do have electrolyte packets, but the electrolytes that I I looked at it, it was from Extend BCAAs and stuff, because I used to be a large strength athlete before I hurt my back. That's why I had to get rid of the inflammation. I find between the meat, the eggs, the butter, and the salt, I'm always hydrated. I don't feel like I need to add anything else because my body feels good. So I eliminated everything that made me feel bad. And then I introduced food. When I put coffee back in, I got sore, inflammation. When I put tea in my body, inflammation. When I put honey in my body, inflammation. The only thing that didn't cause inflammation with my body, again, I got bit by a tick when I was younger, so I get inflamed very easily, Rocky Spotted Mountain Fever. What made me feel better was taking away everything and adding back strategically the foods that didn't make me feel like all of this stuff right here, that's for the family. That's them. They all think I'm crazy. Everybody I know thinks I'm crazy when I tell them that I'm eating this way. And I just keep getting stronger in the gym. I don't meal prep, getting leaner. My brain feels great. Right? What is this? Yeah, I disagree with that because I can't even hear you. You goofy? Well, the good thing is, Trey, what's interesting is you came into the chat. So, I mean, you can put it any way you want, but you're welcome to leave. But I appreciate all the comments and I appreciate all the spam. It always makes me happy when you guys come in. I'm pissing you off? Ah, well, that's okay. If I make you angry, then that just means that I have control over you. Don't let other people have control over your emotions. All right. Happy New Year. May this year bring you joy and success. Count to chase you, wishing you happiness and unforgettable moments. Absolutely. What a great post. It's not like we're looking it up. Just want to distract myself. Hey, Bug Cassidy. Yeah. Well, anyway, you slice it. I've never met a hater doing better than I am in life. I've never met someone that's hating on me that's doing better than I am in life. So Just take that. Easy to hate, hard to love. Pancake, that's funny. Yeah, actually, Pancake to Waffle made a great comment. So Jacob sent me here. Yeah, Jacob's good. What is the word hate? I don't even know how to. Hate has 4 letters, H-A-T-E. Love has 4 letters, L-O-V-E. It's easy to hate and it's hard to love. So if you want true strength, try to find true strength through love and empathy. That's what's going to make you strong in this world and let you be able to become a resilient human being. That's the key. All right, guys, so I've been on stream for 40 minutes and we got 21 thumbs ups, which is amazing. But the stock market is now open. So now I have to go trade because I am doing a challenge for that. What is this? Some say in the refert of America capture. Now, I have no opinions on that. The United States did what it needed to do, and that's that. I mean, I'm a patriot. I fought for my country for 10 years. So, you know, somebody's got to be the winners. But I really don't get too much into politics, man, because a lot of politics, to be fair, goes over my head. You're going to enter this world with nothing and you're going to leave with nothing. So while you're here, make sure you get enough experience so when you go on to the next realm of life, you've entered that realm with enough enlightenment so you can then have your next destination to be an even profound influencing journey. Got any favorite shows or suggestions? No, I don't watch TV. I don't really watch TV. I watch a lot of instructional videos and I'm learning. Yep. All right, guys. Well, thank you for your time. It's amazing because I was really happy. And just so you can see, I used to be at 300 pounds. And now you see I'm down almost 100 pounds. And basically I'm eating nothing but butter, salt, and meat. I'm 6'4", 220 pounds. And I can tell you right now, never felt better. So you guys want to learn how to lose weight and optimize your health? Come back next time. We also talk about a lot of stuff. Look forward to a lot of stuff coming forward. All right. You guys stay good. Peace. Oh my gosh, put my shirt back on. Oh, brother. You can get in shape too. You just got to change your attitude. Stay good.